What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Kubrat Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, just like I told y'all, former cruiserweight, undisputed world champion, Oleksandr Usyk has been mandatory opponent for unified heavyweight British world champion Anthony Joshua. This is not a shock, as Oleksandr Usyk is the mandatory challenger for the WBO belt. Oleksandr Usyk has been talking and been reported and linked to Anthony Joshua for quite some time. The moment he signed with Matchroom, Eddie Hearn, and DAZN, right, and Sky Sports. So this is no shock that we'll possibly see Anthony Joshua versus Oleksandr Usyk sometime in 2020. But like I told you guys, he has to vacate either the IBF or the WBO belt, right? So with that said, I told you guys, I broke it down to you. He'll vacate the WBO. He will not fight Oleksandr Usyk in March or April. He'll fight Oleksandr Usyk later on in 2020, in mid-20, summer 2020, right? He'll face Kubrat Pulev, who's the mandatory challenger for the IBF title, right? Oleksandr Usyk is the mandatory challenger for the WBO belt. So he'll face Oleksandr Usyk later on in the year. But the WBO, Oleksandr Usyk and Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter, want to put their stamp, and they want to make sure they put this out there in the public mind. So later on in the year, when it's talked about, because after Anthony Joshua defeats Kubrat Pulev in April, late March, early April, everybody's going to be calling to see him face off against undefeated Olympic bronze medalist, WBC American heavyweight champion Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, seeing as though Deontay Wilder gets past undefeated British lineal heavyweight world champion Tyson Fury February 22nd. So by the time Anthony Joshua faces off against Kubrat Pulev in late March or early April, Deontay Wilder would have already defeated Tyson Fury. So there's going to be an outcry and a demand for Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, especially when Deontay Wilder gets past Tyson Fury. That's going to make the fight with Anthony Joshua even bigger, and it's going to definitely be in high demand, right? So with that said, you could expect to see the public calling for that fight. But Eddie Hearn, the WBO, Anthony Joshua is going to say they have to satisfy the WBO mandatory, and they're going to have to fight Oleksandr Usyk, right, to regain the WBO for their fight with Deontay Wilder to be for undisputed, because he's going to vacate the WBO. You're going to see Oleksandr Usyk face off against Derek Chisora or either Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker is the mandatory challenger for the WBO. He's second in line. So if they vacate the belt, you would, in order, it would be Joseph Parker versus Oleksandr Usyk for the vacant WBO. But Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker were supposed to face off against one another. Joseph Parker pulled out the fight. Derek Chisora pushed forward and fought David Price on the date that they were supposed to fight. And obviously, Derek Chisora won in dramatic fashion, knocking out David Price. So with that said, you'll see, and Derek Chisora and Oleksandr Usyk was immediately linked to one another after the fight. This is no coincidence, right? That's because they'll face off. They're both matchroom fighters. Eddie Hearn can control what direction and which way that belt goes, the WBO belt. He cannot control which direction the IBF belt goes, because Kubrat Pulev is a top-ranked ESPN Bob Arum fighter. So if he vacates the IBF, he cannot regain that belt just like that at the snap of a finger. With the WBO situation, seeing as though Derek Chisora and Oleksandr Usyk are promoted by him, and he has they're under his banner, he can control which direction they go in, what direction they direct that belt in. Anthony Joshua only makes sense to vacate the WBO. Then after he fights Pulev and victorious against him, the fight with Deontay Wilder won't be the same because it's not for undisputed, right? So he's going to say, I have to regain the WBO belt. So fight the winner, Oleksandr Usyk, Derek Chisora, regain that belt. And then me and Deontay Wilder fight later on in the late 2020, maybe December 2020 or early 2021, right? This way, that fight would be for undisputed. That's personally what I want. I want Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua to be for undisputed. Now I know there's some people that don't want to see that. You know, they don't care whether it's for undisputed or just to see them both grace the ring. I personally want to see it for undisputed. That's just my personal opinion. But I told you guys this is the direction it was going to go in, and now it's public that the WBO is pushing Anthony Joshua. So Anthony Joshua is going to vacate in a few. You'll see in a few weeks he'll vacate. He'll announce his fight with Kubrat Pulev for the mandatory IBF challenge fight, and then you'll see Derek Chisora and Oleksandr Usyk, or Oleksandr Usyk and Joseph Parker face off for the vacant WBO. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Oleksandr Usyk has been publicly mandated the challenger for Anthony Joshua for the WBO. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.